Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you an A&E 3-slot payphone. This is a really cool telephone. It's in very good condition, and this is Ron's telephone from Ohio. And basically, this is the initial checkout of this telephone. I want to show you a couple things. It's got the chrome dial finger wheel, and it does have an informational card in the telephone. And I'm not sure if he's wanting to leave this card or go to another one. But basically what happens here is there's a key. It's a 29S key, and it's not actually the key that goes to this telephone, and it's been ground on, and it's a little hard to manipulate this key into this lock. At first I could not get it to open up, and I work on these things every day, but then all of a sudden it did open. And basically what it comes down to is when somebody tried to fit this key to that lock, basically they didn't do it properly. They could have keyed that lock to this key with a little bit of work. And so evidently what's happened here is this key got ground down, and it's very hard to manipulate the lock now. And as you can see, the lock is spread apart here. So it's very hard to manipulate it to get it to open and close. So I may take the lock apart and try to do something for it to get it straightened out. It depends on how much time I have to spend on it and exactly what Ron wants to do. The key will work, but it takes a little bit to get it to work. So, and one of these days it's going to hang up, because I've felt locks like that before, and they'll work for a while, and then all of a sudden one day they just aren't going to open anymore. So really it probably needs to be gone into, but you know, it's a 50-50 chance. You just don't know. You know, it may work and it may not. But anyway, there's a little bit of work of getting it open and closed. So anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the body off here real quick, since we have it unlocked. And I kind of want to give you a look at the inside here. So I'm going to kind of set it down. And what we have here is our coin validator. And it looks like somebody's already been into the coin validator here, but we're basically going to have to go through it and make sure the money drops down and see, you know, just kind of check everything out. This is the initial checkout. And what I like about this telephone is it has the little connection plates here, which is pretty cool. It's the best way to do it. Some of these phones had plugs, but I think this is the best way here. What they started doing at the beginning of these 3-slot payphones, where this little connection block basically rides on these finger connections here, these spring-loaded type connections. So anyway, and we have a capacitor in here. We've got a network, and this is a no-go. This is a line cord that they have hanging out of the back of the telephone. We don't do that kind of stuff here at this shop. It just looks tacky, so we're going to get rid of that. There's going to be a modular port back here that Ron can simply plug into. We're going to get rid of that line cord. And I don't know, he's, you know, just got a bunch of different connections going on here. A lot of stuff that's loose. Looks like the hook switch here is kind of off-kiltered. Something's going on with that. That has to be straightened out. It's not riding properly, and it's lost its way, basically. So it's got a decent handset on it. It's got a period handset, nice and heavy, and it's got its curly modular handset cord. We've got a coin return here. and actually there's a nickel in it. I do remember talking to Ron. I mean, I talk to so many people, it's a wonder I can remember anything, but I think from what I understand, he said he could hear some stuff jingling around in here, and in shipping, this nickel must have made its way to the coin return somehow, and it was in there. So basically, I don't think that's an old nickel. Let me take a look at it real quick here. Try to get a date off of it. Looks like 1999. So somebody probably tried to put a nickel in it at some point, and maybe it made its way in, and I guess that's why it's there. The other thing is he said, I think he said that if there was anything in the vault, because he could hear some stuff jingling around, he'd like to know what it was because he was curious. Any money. Well, so far we've got the nickel. So we have that. And so that's Ron's nickel. And I don't think Ron's ever had the vault. I don't think he's got a key to the vault. He didn't send it. And I don't think he's been into the vault. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to try to swing this telephone around for you real quick. And I'm going to show you something. I already have the backboard off. Okay? And I'm going to show you the backboard here real quick. There's a little trick to getting these vault encasements and door off of the telephone. Now, if somebody's been in it already and taken out the proper screws, then this vault door encasement will release from the backboard. But this one still had the bolts going into the backboard from the inside. So if you can't get into the vault door, you can't take these two off. There was one right here, and then there was one on this bottom right-hand corner here that I'm picking up and showing you. So there would have been no way, unless you had a key, to get into this vault encasement if you didn't have a key and you couldn't get in it. And when I was looking in it, try to move this over a little. When I was getting into it, I found a dime. Because Ron said he wanted to know if there was any money in it. And I'm going to take a look here and see what the date is. So Ron's going to be happy to know he's got a dime here from 1965. So that's pretty cool. So we got a dime from 1965. Let me see what this nickel is. I think it's a 1999. And a 1999p nickel. So anyway, the dime looks like it's been tucked away in this machine back up underneath the coin return for a long time. So, and it's a 1965. So this dime's probably been in there for quite a while. And I think Ron's going to be probably excited to find that, just for the fact that a lot of times you don't find anything in these. And so now he's 15 cents ahead, and he's got a 1965 dime. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, there is a little trick to that, getting into this backboard and how you get this encasement off. And anyway, you know, sometimes they've already been messed with, and they just put a couple screws in it, and they'll pop right off from the back side. But when they have a couple of screws coming from the vault area into the backboard, you're not going to get into it unless you know the trick. And that's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. Now here's his lock here. I'm going to pull his lock out real quick, because I really don't think he has a key to this, and I don't have he didn't have any information in there, no letter. I like to have some information on these, you know, where I have their contact information and all your shipping information. And so basically we don't have any of that. I'm going to have to email him, but I'm almost positive he's never been in this vault. We're going to pull this lock off. This should be a 10L lock here. if I'm not mistaken. Try to get some of these screws out here. And that's what it is. It's a 10L lock, and it looks to be all original, and it doesn't look like it's been tampered with. So that's cool, because what we're going to do now is we're going to get a key to a 10L lock. And I'm going to take this lock apart, and I'm going to key this lock to the new key that we get. So that's cool. That's going to work out really good. And this lock hasn't been messed with, and that's the way I like to get a hold of them. Now this lock here, this 29S, that's already been ravished. So I'm going to have to get into that maybe and see what I can do to fix that up a little bit if I get a chance. But we're going to have to go through this telephone. We're going to have to talk to Ron, see what he wants to do, and kind of go from there. But I think it's probably been a long time since this vault door has been off of this telephone in quite a long time. So basically, it's apart now. So the initial checkout of a really cool A&E 3-slot payphone, and it's neat to be able to go into these after they've been sitting for such a long time, and nobody's been in that vault for such a long time. So it's a really cool situation to be able to do that. And Ron's 15 cents richer, and the dime's from 65, so it has a little age on it. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. The initial checkout video of an A&E 3-slot payphone, a really cool telephone, and it's Ron's telephone from Ohio. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.